Recently, I made a video on me turning 20 and I talked about my fears, my expectations, and what I'm working right now. And this video is about the lessons that I've learned during these past 20 years. So if you're 20 or 19, keep watching till the end and also subscribe. It might increase your lifespan up to 69 years. The first lesson is don't take a piss when you're sleeping. Trust me, it's a trap. You don't want to do that. The second lesson is everything is temporary. Hobbies, friends, interests change as time passes by. Today you might like playing a game and you dedicate hundreds, if not thousands of hours on it. And then tomorrow you might pick up gardening or take an interest in literature. And the friends that you're trying so hard to impress might tomorrow move on with their lives, and then you might look back and say, how could I tolerate those people? But the lesson is don't dwell on anything because it's temporary. Lesson number 3 is the system will push you through. So this is about the colleges and high schools, because when we were in high school, we thought that scoring low marks on an exam or failing a subject or a test was bad, because it meant that when we grew up we would become homeless. And that happened because we were badgered with the statements by the authorities and the elders that when we would grow up, if we didn't study, we would become homeless, we wouldn't be rich, comfortable, and respected in society. And nothing can be further from the truth, because I've seen so many dumb students ended up in the same colleges as the smart students, because the system just pushes them on. The authorities, teachers, and principals are just normal humans like us. They're just trying to hustle, and they don't care if their school produces another Einstein or if their students become homeless. They're just trying to push them through and earn their dough. And the schools and colleges doesn't give a fuck, because every year a lot of students graduate and a lot of newer ones come in. You can be average and still succeed academically and get a degree, because I've seen that happen. Lesson number 4, skills are invaluable. I talked about how dumb students end up in the same colleges as smart students. But some dumb students, because they can't succeed academically because they fail exams, they try to learn other trades, skills what I mean. They go into carpentry or tailoring or plumbing, and then in the end they earn more than the smart students who are in colleges and are trying to get degrees. They are respected, they are rarely unemployed, and they are their own bosses. School is not a place to learn skills that are truly valuable. There was one school where they taught computer sciences from textbooks, not practical. They didn't sit you in front of a computer and teach you computer shit, but instead they just read out from textbooks. But that's how flimsy the teaching methods of the school is. Imagine a teacher teaching you Adobe Premiere. She has never used it in her own life, and that too not by being practical and actually showing you how to edit videos and how to figure out Adobe Premiere, but instead reading out from textbooks and telling you to memorize those. And I think it's the same in business schools, where they teach you outdated methods and business ideas that will never work out in the practical world. Or maybe I'm wrong, I don't have much experience in that department, but if you have any knowledge, comment down below. Lesson number 5, nobody gives a fuck. When I was 14 or 15, I used to be so self-conscious, even in the smallest things. I remember when our relatives came from another country and I was told to go to a hospital with them. So before, I used to go to the hospital with my father, and this time I was the one who was leading the people. I was the one showing them, guiding them towards the hospital. And once I got there, I was starting to worry. I thought, whom should I ask where the doctor is? Or what should I ask? Will they make fun of me? And the simple thing that I could have done at that time was to ask the receptionist that we had come for a specific doctor who specialized in this field. But I was worried, and I thought that the receptionist who was sitting behind the counter wasn't the person that I was supposed to ask where the doctor was. And I thought that if I walked up to her and asked if the doctor was available, I might get laughed at and I might get made fun of. But the thing is, I used to overanalyze shit, and that's something that you shouldn't do. Just life is simple. People just tend to overcomplicate things. You have a question, you just go ask. Lesson number 6, masturbation isn't bad. The myths are not true. Your penis will not get smaller, or your skin won't be riddled with acne, or you won't become blind. Lesson number 4, old people are full of shit. Now you might say, how could you say that old people are wise, they're experienced. And then I agree, they are experienced, they are full of shit. Let me tell you, experience doesn't equal wisdom. I'm experienced in the matter of using my cell phone, and I know that if I use my phone too much, I get eyesight issues and mental health problems. Then that doesn't stop me from binge watching a lot of cat videos. Experience is just potential wisdom. It doesn't mean a thing. Old people have experiences, but they are as liable as young people to getting brainwashed, getting manipulated, and taking bad decisions. Lesson 8. In every areas of life, people are average. I had this notion in my mind that in all areas people were competent, and if I wanted to do something, I could not possibly succeed because there were a lot of people better than me in that field. But the more I look around me, the more I realize that people are so incompetent. I mean, you go to a barber and he fucks up your hair. You buy a book that's a bestseller and then you read it and you think that it's a pile of garbage. The whole world is run by incompetent clowns. I mean, look at the politicians. Lesson number 9. You need very little to be content. I talked about this in my Hikikomori video, and I said that you don't know how much little you need until you are forced to be content with little. I think one should be frugal not because materialism doesn't bring fulfillment, but also because frugality and being a minimalist has a lot of benefits. Lesson number 10. Invest in yourself. Pick up a book or watch a documentary on something that you're interested in, or learn a skill that you think might be beneficial to you and others, that you could help others with. Because the more you learn things, the more you invest in yourself, the more you'll become confident, and the more you'll think that you are beneficial to others. Having varieties of skills actually boosts your chance to be useful to others, which will in the end make you successful. So those were the 10 lessons. What do you think about them? Comment down below, or you could add your own lesson in the comment section, and also subscribe.